What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all absolutely fantastic. And today, as usual, we're gonna continue the book by Cicero on the ideal orator. It's gonna be the 27th part of the second book, so let's get started. Well, Catullus, let me take our friend Sulpicius here as my starting point. I first heard him in a minor case when he was quite young. His voice, his appearance, his bodily movements, and all his other qualities were well suited for the task that we are considering, while his manner of speaking was quick and impetuous, a mark of his talent. His words, however, were boiling over with excitement and were a little too exuberant, a mark of his youth. I did not think these contemptible. I like to see fertility in a young man, for as with wines, it is easier to check what has grown too abundantly than to produce new shoots by cultivation if the stock is weak. Likewise, in a young man, I want to have something to prune away, for in the growth that has reached maturity too quickly, vitality cannot be long-lived. I immediately recognized his talent, and without losing any time, I encouraged him to treat the forum as the school where he could learn, and to choose the teacher he preferred. But if he listened to my advice, it should be Lucius Crassus. The fellow jumped at my suggestion and assured me that this was what he was going to do, also adding, out of courtesy, no doubt, that I too would be his teacher. Scarcely a year had passed from the time of the conversation in which I gave him these encouragement, when he prosecuted Gaius Norbanus, and I defended him. The difference that I noticed between the Sulpicius of that occasion and the one that I had seen a year before was incredible. It is absolutely true that his own natural abilities were leading him to that magnificent and splendid manner of Crassus. These would not, however, have enabled him to achieve sufficient results had he not aimed at the same goal by energetically imitating Crassus and developed the habit of speaking with all his thoughts and attention focused on him. This, then, must be the first rule I give to the prospective orator. I will show him whom he should imitate. The first thing to be joined to these is practice, through which he must imitate and thus carefully reproduce his chosen model, but not in the way I have known many imitators to do. For people often direct their imitation to features that are easily copied, or even to old but faulty ones that happen to be conspicuous. Nothing is easier than to imitate the way someone dresses or stands or moves, and surely, if the model has some fault, it is no great thing to adopt it and to exhibit the same fault yourself, like Phoebus, the man who is raving on in the state even now. After losing his voice, his orator fails to achieve the vigor of Gaius Fimbria, which the latter certainly possessed, while he does imitate his disordered mouth and his broad pronunciation. But Phoebus did not know how to choose the most suitable model for himself, and the model he did choose, he wanted to imitate even in terms of his faults. Anyone who is going to do things properly must first be very careful in making his choice, and he must also devote all his attention to attaining those qualities of his approved model that are truly outstanding. Alright, guys, so we've done with another part, and we're going to continue more in the next one. So thank you for joining me today on this reading session. See you tomorrow. Bye.